Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Let's Play Heavy Rain. In our last episode, Ethan unfortunately was taken out for the rest of the game. Not killed, fortunately not killed, but now he's behind bars. And in a way, that might be a good thing, because in a way, I feel like Ethan will be safer back there, and that will allow Jaden, Shelby, and Jaden, Shelby, and Madison to try to track down who the killer is. We still have three other characters left, so even though Ethan's out of the picture for the time being, it's okay, because we've still got other people that can help, and that's what we're trying to do. This is supposedly John Shepard's mom, and she might be able to tell us some information.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave.
Seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. Gotta find something else to show her.
Yeah. A picture. Looks like the boys from the flashback.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepard? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys.
Now she remembers them both.
Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
That is kind of sad. There's gotta be other things.
Her memory is coming back. Don't stop now. Just remember.
I don't think there's any clues over there. Madison, that won't help you. Yeah, she's a little frustrated. Time's running out. Ethan's in jail. She's gotta get some information, extract information from this woman. The crane. That's pretty common. Oh wait, no. Maybe if I show her an origami figure. Hummingbird. Ooh, that one's pretty. I like the hummingbird. The dog. I've seen the dog quite a lot in this game. The frog. Kind of like the hummingbird the best. Let's try the hummingbird first. So that's probably the prettiest one of all of them. A lot of people love the crane, but the hummingbird's pretty cool. Alright, so we've got a fold. Fold. Okay. Fold. And there we go. How's that? Not too bad, right? Right, Miss Shepard?
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
So maybe we should try the figure that seems to be appearing on all of the victims' hands, and I think Madison knows now. Probably because she's a journalist. She probably figured out that it's always been a dog. I believe it's been a dog. So I could be wrong. Maybe it's been other animals, but the origami that she found with Ethan was a dog. The origami that was found on Jeremy Bowles was a dog. You know, all signs point to dog, so let's try that. There we go.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs, too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs.
Did he now?
Always wanted to call them Max.
Max?
Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max.
Fair enough.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little funny, but it's kids. Kids will be kids.
I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepard. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him.
Well...
He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
There's the guilt. Because, I mean, with all due respect, Miss Shepard, you kind of did just forget all about him just a moment ago.
His name, Mrs. Shepard. What was his name?
But, you know...
But I loved him.
It's okay.
If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
This is the part of the scene that scared me the most. Because like, okay, just don't bite off my ear, lady, please. No, she's not going to do that. She told her. She just told Madison the identity of the Origami Killer. Oh, Madison, she knows. Good. Now maybe we can get to the bottom of this. I like that determined look on Madison's face. She's like, yes, finally. Thank you, and oh, thank goodness. Here's the part where things switch up a little bit, because at this point I believe Ethan, if he didn't get thrown in jail, would be doing the last trial. But because Ethan's not in the picture at the moment, because he's behind bars, we're switching over to Jaden. Yeah. We're jumping right over, skipping over Jaden.
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars.
No.
There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere.
Yeah.
It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
Oof. Poor Jaden. Poor Jaden. I feel bad for him. He feels like he's so close. What do you want,
packed up
Blake?
and ready to go?
What? Seriously?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it.
It's not...
We no longer need your services anymore, Norman.
It's not Mars.
So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case.
What?
So pack up and fuck off.
Oh, heck no. You did not just say that to me.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the Origami Killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
Oh. Blake, he's just the villain you love to hate. Norman. Oh no, he's getting the shakes again. Fortunately, we don't get the choice. He autonomously does it anyway. Alright, Norman. Poor guy.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you-know-what.
Yeah.
It can be dangerous.
Thank you, Alfred.
Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Alright, for those of you who don't know, who are watching this for the very first time, I might as well go ahead and reveal to you what the fifth trial is, because you're not going to see it in this Let's Play. And if you really want to see if you really want to see what the trial is, I guarantee you, like, virtually every single LP out there has Ethan going through the fifth trial. Virtually. But basically, he ends up in this room and with a vial of some weird-looking substance. And essentially he's instructed that he's asked if he's willing to kill himself to save his son. So he has like 5 minutes or something to take the vial and drink it. And it's supposed to be a deadly poison that should be... It's a deadly poison that has a delayed effect. Like, it doesn't actually kill him fatally until an hour or two. I don't remember how much time. But it's apparently just enough time for him to be able to save his son to say goodbye to him, and then if after that, he'll die. That was by far super easier than trial number 4. I mean, if I had to stack the trials in terms of difficulty, number 5 was definitely far easier than number 4, because with number 5, it's yourself. Like, you're making a decision to kill yourself, but with number 4, somebody else is involved. You're killing somebody else who happens to be a father. Not that that makes it any worse or better necessarily, but you know, I just felt like when I got to this trial, I was like, yeah, I'm killing myself. I would gladly take give my life for my son. That's really easy. Now, somebody else's life, that's a little bit harder, because it's now you're deciding the fate of somebody else and not yourself. Like, it doesn't matter what happens to me. But when you start involving other people who would or would not be innocent, and again, I'm not going to be the judge of whether or not a drug dealer is innocent or not. That's not me to decide, and I don't think it's for Ethan to decide. So yeah, 5th trial, super easy compared to the 4th trial. And, you know, when I had replayed the game and went through that, I had, again, not killed the guy, and I still was able to figure it out. Like, I think you can fail up to 2 of the 3 trials, and you still have a chance of figuring out where Sean is. And so I ended up, in the long run, being glad that I didn't shoot that father, because Ethan didn't have to sell his soul to find his son. He still was able to figure out where he was without having to stoop so low, stoop down to the Origami Killer's level. Alright, Jaden, let's get to the bottom of this. What are our new... We have some new clues.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
Right, when Ari fell on the floor, it was able to capture some things.
The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history.
And I think this is the last clue.
2 receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home.
That could very well be the case. Let's start with the gun. That seems pretty straightforward. Let's start with the gun.
Impounded in a police case 5 years ago. The gun is still supposed to be in police custody.
Huh.
Who checked it out? If not a cop.
So it could possibly be that the killer is a cop. Which makes you wonder if it's Blake. I mean, it would make sense, right? Like, why Blake is trying to pin it on other people, like Ethan Mars, to cover his tracks, and be able to get the glory of single-handedly capturing the Origami Killer as well. Like, that would make a lot of sense if it was Blake. But let's keep poking around. Because Blake is... Here, let's analyze this. Yeah, there's nothing to analyze. I need to play it. Maybe I can analyze the sword?
The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer.
That's true. It was already in Paco's office. Let's keep playing and see if there's anything else. Oh, no, that's where he slashed him. Oof. I don't think there's anything else here to analyze. Yeah, you have to analyze it in different specific spots. Wind it again. There's got to be something that we missed. There's got to be something in this footage that we can analyze besides the sword. Oh wait, there's more. Okay. So when we started, we didn't start exactly at the beginning. We started a little bit later. So let's just rewind all the way back and then play it again. Wait a minute. Do you guys see what I see on the killer's wrist? It looks like a watch.
Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere.
Yeah, we have. Right, for Larry's promotion. Yes, that's where the watch comes into play. So it was a cop. Yeah.
The watch they give for promotions to lieutenant.
Right.
The killer is a cop.
Not just any cop, like a lieutenant at least, like Lieutenant Carter Blake. Like right now, signs are deeply pointing to Blake as the killer, but... And then again, it makes sense, but there's still one more set of clues left before we start jumping onto the Blake bandwagon. As much as I would love to pin him on it, we need to make sure we're actually getting the right guy, because that wouldn't be good either.
That doesn't get us anywhere.
Why not?
The killer lives in this zone.
Ooh.
342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
Yeah. It's a pretty good zone though, but not enough for us to find out in time unless we can narrow it down more. These gas receipts are the result of the very last prompt I told you about. You know, remember when I said back in the fish tank in Paco's Gigolo Bungalow thing? I had to do one more quick time, the very last quick time, the killer, where I ripped off part of his coat pocket and then the receipts came out. This is the critical piece. Without this piece, we're not able to find out who the real identity of the killer is. We're pretty much forced to blame Blake or give up without these receipts. Now, that doesn't mean that if I don't get the receipts, it's impossible for Jaden to get the whereabouts of Sean. But it does help a lot. A whole lot. If he was a cop... Oh. If I can narrow this down based on the fact that he was a cop... No, I think I need to use... I think I need to use the video. I need to merge the video's information with the gas receipts. Yeah. Geoanalysis. Maybe there's something else in the video I missed. Keep going, Ari. Play. Analyze. Can I do the geoanalysis now? Ooh. Do you see that? His eyes are starting to bleed. That's a problem. Jaden can die if he uses Ari too much, which makes you wonder if what the guy was saying was not about the trypticane, but it was about Ari instead. Wait, there's a question mark here. I don't think I got to.
Looks
right.
like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
That's true, that's what I said. But... investigate further. Analyze it. Analysis impossible. Alright, use the geo profile, the geoanalysis. See if we can narrow this down even more.
A cop. There's only one cop in that geo-profiling zone.
Nice!
Gotcha!
Nice! He got it. He got it.
He owns a warehouse on the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.
Good job, Jaden. Oh, looks like he cleaned up his bleeding eye. That's good. Alright, so Jaden knows where Sean is, and Madison at least knows who the killer is, so... yeah, forget you, Blake. Yeah, don't give me that. Don't give me that. Oh, I hate that. You better not do anything to Ethan while I'm gone, Blake. Otherwise, you and me, we're gonna have issues.
If you notice any unattended baggage, please contact the security services.
Let me stay with you, Scott. I don't want to go. Look, it'll only take a couple of days. Long enough to get this resolved.
I can't just wait while you confront my son's killer.
It's the only way, Lauren. Trust me. Now go stay with your mother for a few days. I'll come and get you when this is all over.
Tell me who the Origami Killer is. I want to know who killed my son.
Listen, when I'm done, I'll tell you everything I know. I promise.
So it looks like Shelby wants Lauren to be safe, so he's having her leave. I don't know necessarily why. Well, maybe because of Kramer. Because Kramer might come back with a vengeance, just in case. So it makes sense as a precaution. Alright.
Hang on, John! I'll get help! Just hang on! Go on, hurry! I think the water's rising.
We're back
I'm hurrying!
Yeah, we're back in the flashback again.
Hold on, bro. I'll find someone. Then we'll come back and save you. Gotta find someone. The water's still rising.
Yeah, we
John
gotta
won't
hurry.
be able to hang on for long. Need to get help fast. John's gonna drown. John's gonna drown.
Gotta get back to the house, maybe.
This place is completely deserted. There's no one around to help. Mom's work is too far away. I'd never make it in time. Dad, I've gotta get Dad. He's the only one who can save John. Gotta move.
There's our dad. He looks drunk again.
Dad, it's John. He fell into a pond. He's
Get out of here,
drowning.
you little pest. Leave me
You
alone.
gotta come, Dad. Come on, John's gonna die. John's gonna die.
Well, that'll be one less greedy mouth to feed,
Oh
won't
my
it?
gosh, seriously.
Go away.
Please, Dad, I'm begging you. John's gonna die. John's gonna
What did
die,
I
Dad.
tell ya?
I really feel bad for the kid and his brother. I mean,
Please, Dad. You've got to save John. I tried, John. I really tried. But he wouldn't come.
worthless
Please
deadbeat
don't
dad.
die, John. Please.
Can't stand that. Some people just weren't meant to have children. Ugh.
Don't forget about my Scotty.
Scotty! That's right, folks. You heard it. He just called him Scotty. If you notice whenever that boy runs around, you hear him kind of wheezing. It's because he has asthma. Yep. We just revealed the identity of the killer, everybody. A lot of you, I think, managed to figure it out on your own prior to this. I actually didn't find out until this part. This is the part where I kind of figured going into the game that it might very well be as a twist that one of the 4 protagonists was the killer. One of the 4. But I didn't necessarily think they would do it, because I thought, yeah, I don't think they'll do that. It's a little cliche. But and because I thought it was a little cliche, ended up being genuinely surprised and shocked when it happened. So, yeah. So it looks like he's burning evidence. So that's why he was going to all of the people's parents, because he was trying to clean up his work. He was trying to make sure that he got rid of all of the evidence, starting with Riza's father. Yep, the box, which he never, I guess Riza's father never opened the origami figure, just never bothered to open it. Which I think is kind of silly, but I guess when you're distraught, you don't really think clearly about those kind of things. There's the cell phone that was from Susan Bowles' house with Emily. Yeah, he took that to destroy. Because if you notice, he's grabbing all this evidence and he's not actually... It doesn't look like he's actually doing anything with them. Now, it may be very well that he's doing something off camera, or that's what you're led to believe, that he's doing something off camera to figure out who the killer is. But, you know, it's not like Jaden, where you're interactively trying to help him figure out all the clues. That's the envelope that was from Lauren. Yeah. I can't even imagine what it must be like. What's going through his head when he has Lauren tagging along, the victim of one of the sons that he killed. You know, what's going through his head when he has the mother of a son that he killed, and then having a romantic relationship with her? Like, that's gotta be messed up. This is one that a lot of people got confused about. This is the notes from Manfred's office, and people are like, when did Shelby kill him? Or not this one. This one is Paco's. I'll get to the Manfred one in a minute. Yeah, Paco's. Actually, I started thinking, when I saw this figure, I started thinking, that guy's body shape is like Shelby's shape. You know, I mean, it crossed my mind that it might have been Shelby, but I didn't entertain the idea for long enough. Like, it didn't linger in my head long enough. I just dismissed it immediately for whatever reason. But yeah, as soon as I saw the figure, the first thought was, oh, that body looks like Shelby, but it can't be Shelby. I believe this is Manfred's notes. People were wondering when in the heck Shelby managed to kill Manfred. If you can hear in the background, that's when the chimes are happening, the clock chimes. If you go back to that scene, that's when the camera has a close-up on Lauren, looking at the ballerina music box. So you're not actually looking at Shelby when the clocks are chiming. You're only looking at Lauren's face, a close-up of her face as she's watching the music box. So it was during that time, off camera, that Shelby killed Manfred. And it kind of makes sense why he was acting all sketchy about erasing the fingerprints, because, you know, if he really was, I guess, associated with the cops, like, I think that would have been, his story was a little odd. And it's interesting too, when, you know, you go back and play the game again, or watch the game being played again. Yeah, I guess after Madison left, Scott Shelby came to visit his mom and grab the photo from her desk. And I think initially they were going to actually have the scene of him smothering his mom, but they ended up taking it out. I guess they thought that got a little too far, a little too dark. So they took away him actually killing his mom. I guess he figured he couldn't kill his mom because she actually was a decent parent to him, I think, and the Alzheimer's, I guess, keeps it from becoming an issue, I guess he felt. But yeah, that was Shelby's motivation. It's just interesting going back and listening to his thoughts. And I think the game overall does a pretty good job of it. There are a couple lines, a couple thoughts that he says that doesn't really make sense, that is kind of off, knowing that he's the killer. But for the most part, a lot of his thoughts are vague, that they don't contradict him being the killer. The thoughts that you're listening to. There are a couple though that kind of make it a little weird or odd, like, why are you thinking that if you're the killer? But for the most part, most of them were pretty good about that. So I have to stop the game here. Guys, thanks for watching this episode of Let's Play Heavy Rain. Tune in next time, and until then, love yourselves and love each other.